In a grim warning, the World Health Organization and World Food Programme have warned that next year is now shaping up to be a humanitarian catastrophe. With more measures by nations to contain the pandemic, the number of people needing humanitarian help has gone up by 40%. Listen in.
Looking literally at 2021 being the worst humanitarian crisis year since the beginning of the United Nations. And we're going to have to step up. And as I tell many of my friends and leaders around the world, we're not going to be able to fund everything next year. So we have to prioritize, as I say, the icebergs in front of the Titanic. We've really got to give priority to famine, destabilization, and migration, and issues like Filippo I know will touch upon. If we're strategic and put the funds to these particular icebergs before us, I believe that we can get through 2021 while we work with the vaccines and rebuild the economies so that we can have a better world and achieve zero hunger by 2030. 2021 is literally going to be catastrophic based on what we're seeing at this stage of the game. And because we've spent $19 trillion, that money may not and will not most likely be available for 2021. Economic contraction, as Mike was talking about, is taking place and the needs have doubled.
The WHO chief, Dr. Tedros Adhanom, said that recent progress on COVID-19 vaccines had led to a growing perception that the pandemic has ended. He said and also warned that rich countries are trampling the poor nations in a stampede for vaccines and appealed for an immediate injection of $4.3 billion into a world vaccine sharing program.
Progress on vaccines gives us all a lift, and we can now start to see the light at the end of the tunnel. However, WHO is concerned that there is a growing perception that the pandemic is over.
The UN chief, Antonio Guterres, also addressed a special session of the UN General Assembly on coronavirus matters. He said that as the world faces the biggest global recession in 8 decades, these intergenerational impacts are not due to COVID-19 alone. He added that it is now time to end the suicidal war with our planet. The year 2021 must be a year to address our planetary emergency as well.
We cannot separate climate action from global well-being, particularly biodiversity. It's time to end the suicidal war with our planet. 2021 must be a year to address our planetary emergency. We need a post-2020 biodiversity framework to halt the extinction crisis to be established in Kunming. 2021 must be a leap year, the year of a quantum leap towards net zero emissions of greenhouse gases. And every country should enhance their nationally determined contributions well in advance of COP26 next November in Glasgow, and in line with the long-term goal of global carbon neutrality by 2050.
US President Donald Trump cut funding to the WHO earlier this year over accusations of it being a puppet of China, which the WHO has since denied. The US withdrawal would have taken effect in July next year, but US President-elect Joe Biden said that he will rescind the move.